impossible? Ha, watch me. That word is not in my vocabulary. Welcome to my mentality, where I will show you freedom, recognition, for every athlete, every woman, for my team, for me. Say my name because I am the best at what I do. The All-American, the Olympian. My craft is my free expression, where I compete to win. I stand for racial equality, gender equality, income equality, as a guaranteed, tangible reality. Welcome to where I play, where I am free.
Great. A look at the beautiful Cotton Bowl in Fair Park, Dallas, Texas, again playing host. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball, Team McClendon taking on Team De La Cruz in match number 2 of what are 30 on the season. A lovely opening ceremonies graced by the words and the thoughts of these women, 44 of whom have come to Dallas to fight for an individual championship inside of a team sport. An innovative scoring system will have 4-point leaders each week as team captains. We will draft new teams every Sunday, and we will play Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday until we get to championship weekend 5 weeks from now. Kevin Barnett alongside former professional volleyball player Heather Cox. And Heather, it's back. It seems like we were just here 12 months ago finishing out the season. Again, we're opening it up, and professional volleyball is welcome back.
And Kevin, this is what every player dreams of. Every high school and every college player now has that dream to play professionally, domestically. For so long you had to go overseas. Now the best players in the world are able to compete here on domestic soil. It's so special.
And speaking of the best players in the world, Bethania De La Cruz returns.
Yeah, she captains a squad for a league best 5th time. She served as a captain the final 4 weeks of last season, where she was 2nd in the league on the leaderboard, and she is all power. She's a powerful attacker and server. And then across the net, we've got outside hitter Deja McClendon captaining her team for the first time. She averaged 2.5 kills a game last season. She has a killer line shot. She can do it all, guys. She can play defense, serve, pass, all-around player, and I love her personality. She just screams positive vibes.
The debut of Team McClendon taking on Team De La Cruz. Next. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on Valley Sports is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Beautiful city of Dallas, Texas, again the home of Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. Fair Park Coliseum for the next 5 weeks is pinned down. Team McClendon, Team De La Cruz in match number 2 of our breakout evening. All right, let's go and give you the lowdown on the point scoring. About 60% will be from your team's success. Even though this is an individual title, you cannot do it without winning as a team. Your individual stats have positives and negatives, and then there's the MVP voting where the fans can get in.
Yeah, fans can vote, and every player at the end of the match votes in no particular order their top 3 players, and all of that accumulates into the MVP voting.
This is something totally unique to Athletes Unlimited across all the sports. As we look at the Team De La Cruz lineup, Shayla Castro alongside Bethania De La Cruz for just the 2nd time ever.
Yeah, I love seeing Shayla Castro back in the lineup. Was the 12th draft pick, and to me, she's the dark horse. I think she is a difference maker for Team De La Cruz.
Keep an eye on Taylor Sambothy in there as well, and Lauren Stivrins, new just out of college, both backslides. Team McClendon, well, Danny Drews, maybe the unicorn to watch.
What a story. The #1 draft pick was playing professionally in Poland, decided that it was the right decision for her to come back to the United States, got here the day before the first scrimmage, joined her team, and played lights out during the 2 scrimmages to earn the #1 draft spot. And yes, you call her unicorn. The reason why, she is a lefty playing on the left side, which is extremely rare.
Keep your eye on Leah Edmond as well. A lot of heat on the outside. And the 3rd member of our broadcast crew will be wandering around with her own camera. There is Key Michael. And I assure you, we will have audio from Key Michael throughout the broadcast here. She will be all over the arena with the Key Cam. You can hashtag Key Cam if you want to tweet at her. And so Key will be wandering around finding celebrities and people who are here enjoying everything in stadium. There's a look at Betania de la Cruz, number 81, an international volleyball assassin.
Known as Big Beth to her social media fans. Played in all 15 matches in 45 sets a year ago. Second in the league, as I mentioned, as just a powerhouse player, member of the Dominican Republic national team.
Yeah, a couple-time Olympian. And you see him alongside all those players, alongside Jamie Davis of USA Volleyball, chief executive, as well as Karch Karai, who have both been critical to the success of Athletes Unlimited and are here for opening night. Let's check back in with Key Michael. There we go.
I'm trying to avoid the jib. Guys, I'm down here on the court, and I'm going to be getting as close as possible to the fans, to the players. I just want to bring you guys into the action. So if you guys are interested, use the hashtag KeyChem. Let me know who you want to talk to, and we'll make it happen.
I'm just glad they gave you a flag. You're like a recumbent bicyclist now. No one will run you over because you have a flag.
I know. I'm like, neon. I need something neon so people know where I am.
Maybe we can light you up like the chairs for next week.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. As if I'm not already conspicuous enough.
All right, Key Michael.
Ready.
Look at the dance moves behind her.
Can we get a confirmation on team name there from you, Key Michael, from the purple group?
Give me dance moves. Give me dance moves. Give me dance moves. Give me. Yes.
Oh, I like
my
it.
ladies. Love it.
Key Michael, can you hear me down there?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
What is the name of the purple team? What do they name themselves? Find out, please.
All right, let me ask. Nikki, what's your team name? The Perp Squad. The Perp Squad.
The Perp Squad. All right, Nikki Withers, formerly of USC, her first season in AU, about to get underway. And here we go, match 2. McClendon with a dig. Right away, we start with a fairly long rally. Little soft block did not work against Danny Drews.
Be interesting to see, Kevin, how much nerves play a factor in this match. Inaugural match of the second season of Athletes Unlimited, not a lot of rookies. So I think it's important for both teams to really rely on their veterans, especially early on in this match.
An absolute laser sent over the net there, and there's that backslide. Both middles, starting for the gold side, Team De La Cruz, are good on that backslide.
And I think that's a huge advantage. Anytime you can run a middle behind the setter off of that one leg, it's a much trickier set to block than a one straight in front of the setter because there's so much more movement and drifting.
Lauren Stiveren's got that kill, of course, part of the epic NCAA final that occurred in December. I think an event that was good for the game as Taylor Morgan gets that kill out of the middle, one of the veterans, number 28.
Nice ball control, allowing Team McClendon to run all 3 options. We've seen both teams go to the middle early on in this match.
There is Cassie Lickman out of La Jolla, California, an eloquent spokeswoman for the game and herself. Went to college at Stanford, played libero, outside, and setter.
And set. It's crazy. She can do it all.
Here's McClendon. Touch. Did you hear anything? No. That ball hit long. Deja McClendon was so close to the captain's chair last year. This is the first time that she has sat there.
And she really wants to take advantage of it and just take it by the reins. Jordan Larson, one of the premier players in the league a year ago, not playing this year. Everybody sort of said that, you know, it's Jordan Larson's to lose. Now that she's not here, these captains, especially McClendon, are saying, I'm taking it. It is right for the taking.
Betania De La Cruz loves that jump serve. Castro with the pass, and outside, that the kill from Madison Valines. And now, you may not know that last name. You might know Maddie Rigdon, formerly of Kansas in 2017, got married, and Valines is the name you'll see on the back.
Husband Steven, currently playing for the Texas Rangers minor league system. Athletic couple.
It's like a home game. That ball might have been out, dug up, and chiseled off the net. Another kill for the Lions. The Lions played in Italy in A1, also played in Turkey, a couple of the premier leagues on the planet.
That just squeaking through Drew's forearm. Just needs to penetrate a little bit more, seal the net so that can't dribble through. Look at Cassidy on the court and tweeting. I'm guessing that was an earlier tweet. How impressive was Cassidy, though, in the opening ceremony earlier today, addressing all 4 teams, and just such an amazing leader for this league. I love what she had to say. She says, I play for the me of yesterday, I play for the me of today, and I play for the me of tomorrow. A truly powerful message from Cassidy Lichtman before the match.
I'll tell you what, she was just as impressive as she was at the close of last year. Fantastic. That ball finds the net from Taylor Morgan. So we're on our way here in what will be set 1 of 3, guaranteed 3 sets. The match is won and lost on aggregate score, so we will have the set victories. Played at 25, win by 2 as Lauren Stivrins out of Nebraska. Spent 6 years there. Goes to serve her first professional experience. Nice pickup by Shayla Castro. And Drew slices that one inside. So Drew spent a little time on the right here. I wondered how that would be managed for the purple side. Lichtman, good spot. Does it pay off? That tip finally finds the floor.
And Drew's looking a little bit frustrated that those balls aren't going down. She is used to getting those kills on that first attempt and not needing a second and a third. They're going to her a lot, relying on her early. She's got that heavy shoulder, that lefty from the right side, such an advantage.
Oh, an absolute rip from Deja McClendon. And a net violation gets the kill for number 18 in purple.
Now serving 14 McClendon, number 45, Cruz.
One of the questions I had coming into the weekend, Heather, was this. They have too many pins, the team in purple, Team McClendon. They drafted 2 outside hitters in the first and second rounds, and Deja McClendon is an outside hitter. So already you have 3, and I wonder, okay, is it a first-time captain? Is it that situation, or are they managing the weekend in terms of having enough personnel to go around? But then you put Danny Drews in the opposite. Exactly.
I think that was her plan all along, was by drafting all those pin players, is that you've got Danny on the opposite, you've got Nikki Weathers, who can also play in that opposite spot, but I think because you're so outside loaded, it's very smart to put Drews on the right side.
Well, Leah Edmond is missing, coming off a shoulder injury last year, but she was on and off. She was a captain last year, on and off that leaderboard as well. So plenty of options. And speaking of Leah Edmond, she enters for Cass Lichtman now in the front row, number 14 in purple. Now look at our overhead cam. You'll see this throughout the season. Watch the patterns of the hitters and the movement of the defenders here.
It makes you really appreciate just how much movement there is, especially all the offensive patterns. So many choices. I mean, the offenses are so complex, especially at this level.
And that was straight down. We had the downward shot of the straight down block.
Yeah. Helps to be 6'5". Jenna Rosenthal is just a beast in the middle, patrolling the net. I love her game. Spent some time with U.S. national team at the Pan Am Cup, winning gold. Has a lot of experience. First year in Athletes Unlimited, but has had some international experience that helps.
Clendon again. Not able to push that one through the cable. But look at Deja McClendon. What a career she had at Penn State, now professionally. Had alopecia areata at 12 years old, where her hair would fall out in said about quarter-sized pieces, and she had to take medication as that age is dished up. She had to take medication to keep it under control. Eventually went overseas and did not have the medication, and it was kind of getting worse and worse, and she said to her then fiance, Nico, said, I'm thinking about shaving my head. And he said, I'll do it for you.
Oh.
So all in on that, and we showed her beautiful wedding photos last year.
And boy, does she rock it. She is gorgeous.
Absolutely.
I mean, Just a stunning and just full of confidence and positivity. I mean, the vibe that she exudes on the court, you just want to play next to her. She's just got that aura.
(9-7), close first set. If you were not able to join us for match number 1 earlier tonight, it was a doozy. 27-25, 27-25 in the reverse direction, and then 25-22. Team Low defeats Team Cruz.
And a perfect example of how important and how exciting this scoring system is that weighs both individual and team play, and the aggregate score. I mean, it makes the end of a third set so compelling and exciting.
Team Low took home 140 team points each for their 77-74 victory over Team Cruz. As we look at our Geico leaderboard, Karsta Low on the strength of the completion of a match, 357. She was 22 kills on the evening.
And then her setter, Carly Lloyd, in second place on that leaderboard. Morgan Hens, the number 1 team, or number 1 on the leaderboard for Team Cruz with 138.
And you can see what a difference those team points make. There were 100 points on the line. We went into the third set tied.
Absolutely. The Lions already on the board with 31. See it go back and forth. This leaderboard will change constantly throughout this match.
Castro, Doug. Drew's trying to go high hands. That has popped up. Big Beth. No. Taylor Morgan with the sweet dish. Keeping it alive. Beth's had enough, but look at that off blocker play. Middle back and down.
Love the back row attack from Val Nickel, especially in transition when there's chaos on the court. So smart for the setter to utilize the back court. Val Nickel setting up the lines, using her in the front row and the back row. Just one more offensive weapon.
Val Nickel out of Purdue in Normal, Illinois at 6'1", the tallest setter in the league, and a returner. Only returning setter on the year, and there a little gator dig. Suffered an ankle injury last year that kept her out of a few weeks. There's a block from Stivrins.
Stivrins, one of 9 players selected during the college draft for Athletes Unlimited, showing her value in the middle of the court.
I absolutely loved the Wisconsin-Nebraska matchup for the national title.
Oh, yeah.
That match moved the needle forward for the game. That was something special. It turns out if you leave people in school for 6 years, they get pretty good at volleyball.
I'd love a couple more years.
Yeah, I want to go back for my 6th year. Drews. Again out of the back row. Well, you can see the heat of Alliance and the smarts of Shayla Castro. 13-8. De La Cruz grabbing control, +5 here in set 1. It will be a timeout for Team McClendon. So early on here, Athletes Unlimited debut on Bally Sports. Set 1 has Team De La Cruz, the veteran, with a 5-point advantage. Time for us to check in with Keith Michael. Who have you found, Keith?
Alrighty, I am down here with Julian Fawcett, former player, but we talked on camera and I don't know, he might come back.
It's a possibility, but for now I'm done, yeah.
We'll ask you again maybe when next season rolls around. So you're here, you're a friend of Carly's.
Yes.
Carly Lloyd, you guys went to high school together?
We played club volleyball together in the same town, yeah, many, many years ago. 17 years of friendship, yeah.
And then you went and played on the national team, and you played overseas at Busto, where I also played. You're also a singer. Can you give us a little something?
No, it's a little loud.
It is a little
yeah,
loud,
yeah. I mean, I don't usually sing on cue, so I'm so sorry, but I do sing, yes.
Okay, we'll have to look you up on YouTube though, or your Instagram.
Yeah.
And this is Trey.
Yes, this is Trey.
Is he? Go ahead.
He's a little occupied right now.
Trey is not happy.
Is he a future volleyball star in the making?
I think he might like it enough. He's been around it. So he watched me play when I played in Italy last season. and it was a really cool experience. So we'll see. I think it's in the cards.
Are you getting nostalgic being here and watching your friends play?
Yeah, it's really cool. I know a lot of these girls and played against them in college and even overseas, and so this has been a really cool experience seeing them play in America. I mean, it's awesome.
And have you wrapped your head around the scoring system?
Yes, actually, I educated myself before watching so that I could really get involved, and I really, really like it.
Yeah, it's really cool, huh?
It is.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I'll let you get back to your competition with Carly before I know you gotta go. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Key. Don't let volleyball get in the way of Blue's Clues down there. That is a bad idea.
He is focused. I like it. Boy, could you imagine the two of them together on the same club team?
Oh, my goodness.
Key and Carly? Wow.
Yeah, there are still people complaining that what they could have done if those two weren't on the same team. Our team would have been dominant. Like the Utah Jazz or the Seattle Supersonics back in the day. The Bulls were killing them. Oh, speaking of killing balls, another block from Stivrins.
Stivrins is just taking over offense and defense. During that interview, she had a huge kill out of the middle, and now a big block to get the 16-8 lead for Team De La Cruz.
Doubling up Team De La Cruz. But don't think that this first set is over. We saw a 21-14 lead evaporate into the Texas dry air in our first match.
13-4 run.
And that ball wide. This hole is getting deeper. And remember, the problem with this is that we're doing overall score. So the amount of points you lose in this first set can be hugely impactful later in the match. 17-8. Team De La Cruz has Team McClendon burning their second timeout. They're off to a good start here in match number 1.
I am playing for PATH, which is my own organization, the nonprofit that I founded, and I felt like we're living in this world, it's incredibly divided, and there's a lot of anxiety. There's such an opportunity in the sports world to learn from the skills that we're employing as we play sports and see how they transfer into life. And so we create content featuring some of the best athletes and coaches across the sports world, talking to kind of the lessons that they've learned and what made them successful in the game, but also as human beings. And so it's a resource for kids, coaches, teachers, to just learn kind of the life skills that we hope that all adults have, once they get out into the world.
While being a professional athlete is important, you heard Cassie Lickman mention it there, being a human is important, and the Athlete Causes program allows athletes to play their season in part for the benefit of a nonprofit organization of their choice. At the end of the season, the Give Lively Foundation makes a grant equal to 50% of the athlete's end-of-season bonus to that nonprofit partner. You can learn more about it at auprosports.com. Kevin Barnett, alongside former professional volleyball player Heather Cox and Key Michael, who performed in this league last year, is down on the floor. As you see Danny Drews do what she does, going OT deep corner with heat, number 45 in purple.
Yeah, and I like the way McClendon's using her. Now we've seen her, she started on the right side, now we're seeing her a lot on the left, and really working on the matchups and getting the best 6 players on the court, I think is sort of what Deja McClendon's strategy is.
Yeah, it's interesting roster construction. Deja McClendon and Joe Trinzi. Have a slight
Dramatic
delay.
pause.
Yeah, dramatic
Cassidy
pause.
just wants all eyes on this epic serve coming up next.
Yeah, this will put you out of rhythm as a server sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we have an issue with the stats and the book on the side, keeping track of rotations and points and locations of players. Of course, the rotation's so important in volleyball. That's a big part of it, is how you move around the floor, and you have to be in certain positions to start before the play continues, and they have to keep track of that. Here we go. Back underway. Castro off the tape, Noma with the dig. And a net violation, even though that was a pretty nice play by Sheila Castro to pick it up off her own block. 17-10, Team McClendon. So if you're Team McClendon, you're looking for a few points or some momentum.
Absolutely, I think, or both.
From where? Where can it come from?
Well, I think the first place is a block. I mean, first line of defense, why not just stuff it right back? If not, let's get some transition game going. There's just not a whole lot of flow, a whole lot of momentum.
They've picked up a few more opportunities here. Early on, there was definite advantage for the women in gold in terms of opportunities. That ball was long. To my mind, I did not see a touch, and we will have a first challenge. 2 challenges per team, per set. These are captain's challenges. And you can challenge a number of different things. You can challenge ball in or out, if there's a net touch, all manner of line faults, as well as a block touch.
So you're calling this, you thought it was out?
I think the ball was out, but we're looking at something involving Deja McClendon on the block at the net.
The net,
That's what we're being told from the floor.
Who takes home the #1 spot on the leaderboard and win the AU 2022 Volleyball Championship. All season long,
All right, so take a look. Far side of your screen, at the top of your screen, number 18, do her forearms go into the net? I don't see a net. Now, if that cable wiggles, that's a sure sign that the forearms may have gone into the net. I think that looks clean. I don't see a touch either.
Now, the one place I did look was down low to see if someone had touched the net down below. Yeah, that's sometimes with the blocker, you get a knee or a knee pad caught in the net.
This is also a momentum killer.
Yeah, that is the indication. So that ball will go to Team De La Cruz, and we'll put Betania De La Cruz back to the line. There's a review of our challenge system. 2 challenges per set. Use it or lose it. You can't accumulate them, and you do not keep them. Even inside the set. It's not like the international system where if you're right, you keep your challenge. Here comes De La Cruz with the jump serve. Oh, that ball tipped out of bounds. Stepping in to set that was Cass Leckman. We know she has that experience. She stepped right in front of Natalia Valentina Anderson, another one of our Olympians on the floor.
And that's just a product of first night jitters and not playing together. We've got to get that the communication and that chemistry down.
Nice dig by Beth. That ball is long from Deja McClendon. Let's go to Key with a certain fan of Betania De La Cruz.
Hi, I'm here with Fair, son of Betty De La Cruz. Do you like playing volleyball, or I see a baseball mitt by your side? What do you prefer?
I prefer baseball, honestly.
I love the honesty.
I only like volleyball to see my mom.
And your mom is one of the best players in the world. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And so she went to a couple of Olympics, but you didn't get to go see her?
No, I couldn't because they said they could not bring partners or family on some things like that.
Well, are you happy that you get to see her here now?
Yeah, because I like to go on trips and come to Dallas for the first time. It's like a dream.
It's like a dream. Well, Betty is one of my favorite humans. I think a lot of us would say that, having played with her last season. What do you hope to get from your mom's traits?
What?
Like, what kind of things do you hope to learn from your mom? What kind of personality traits do you hope she gives you?
Her attitude.
Her attitude, yes!
Yes, I like her attitude.
I love that. And you know what? I feel like I see a little bit of it in you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Love it, Fair. Thank you so much for joining us and being on the broadcast.
Thank you.
Oh, so good. So good to have Fair here. We missed him last year.
How about that smile?
Oh, he sounds just like his mom. And his mom, if you wonder what Betania De La Cruz is, she is humorous and confident in the same.
And that is a great combo.
We spent a lot of time with Betania De La Cruz last year. I think she and Selima Rockwell are BFFs now. I think that's what happened. There's a big stuff block from Rosenthal. Team McClendon looking to make a move here, almost identical to our first matchup. It's 21-13. Can they come back? Can they score some points and save the aggregate? Excellent pass, a little inside set. Shayla inside, picks off Drews.
Love the little cutty going sharp cross court inside the block.
That one's good at the Texas Fair for a Rasta banana.
A little fried butter.
Yeah.
Shayla, the more she can get involved, the more success Team De La Cruz will have. But look at that sharp cross-court crank. I mean, that's veteran savvy right there.
That's a carnival duck right there for you. All right, so Stivrins back to the line. Tough jump float. That thing's a laser. Nice pickup from Noma. Defending Geico Defensive Player of the Year. That ball's swatted wide again. So the lead now 10 for Team De La Cruz and keeps the tough server Lauren Stivrins at the line.
And even though she wasn't involved physically in the play, Shayla Castro was so involved just with her communication. She was calling that ball's going to Drews, getting her team in position to play defense against them, and ultimately getting the point.
Ace serve by Stivrins. What a difference maker at the line, number 12 in gold. Coming off that loss to the national title. She won in 2017, lost to Wisconsin 3-2 back in December. But she is winning the day right now.
Yeah, 3-time All-American.
Set point. Is it another ace? Yes, it is. Back to back. Lauren Stivrins puts her signature on the first set. Not only.
So impressed with Team De La Cruz with Stivrins, front court, back court, playing together and finishing on an ace. Life is good.
They will go into set number 2 with not only 40 points for their victory in that set, but they are plus 12 in the overall. We will play 3, the second of which is upcoming. Can Team McClendon come back, or does Team De La Cruz keep serving lasers?
Yeah, that's a good ball. This is for you, baby. Yes! All right, first squat on 3. 1, 2, 3. First squat! Yes! Yes! Great pass. That's it. That's it. Let's go, Cass. Hey, come on. Hey, let's get a run here. Get a run here. Wait! Come on. Go. Down. Hey, that's me. That's me. I'm there. Perfect setup. Perfect setup. Here we go.
That was into the action with Guaranteed Rate, taking you down on the floor live with Team McClendon and Deja McClendon. First time in the captain's chair for Deja. As we look at our match 1 MVPs, and this is the voting you can get in on. Carson Lowe, no surprise there at number 1.
Not at all. 22 kills in the win for Team Lowe. Carly Lloyd just dishing up beautiful sets as the setter. And then Molly McCage doing a nice job for Team Cruz, getting 20 points. But Karsta Lowe, the combination with Carly Lloyd and that veteran leadership is unstoppable.
You, the fan, can vote if you're a member of the Unlimited Club, and each player votes at the end of the match for those MVPs. And those points can matter. We had situations in basketball where without the MVP voting, a player would not have sat in the captain's chair. They would have been further down. As we look at our Geico leaderboard, currently updating all the time.
Yeah, Lloyd number 2, Karsta Lowe number 1, no surprise there. McCage, the lead vote getter for Cruz. Team Cruz, and Castro in the lead right now for Team De La Cruz.
As a team, you can earn a maximum of 180 points during any one match. If you won all 3 sets at 40 points apiece, and the 60 for the overall victory, the aggregate score, you would take home 180 points. And that will have you going up or down the leaderboard, depending upon what happened. In your previous match, there were 140 points awarded to each member of Team Lowe and 40 points awarded to each member of Team Cruz in our first match. And remember, we'll shuffle up and deal. Every Sunday, we'll redraft teams. The top 4 people on the leaderboard will become captain and have to pick their squad.
Makes it so exciting. I mean, the whole draft concept just makes this league so unique, and I think it's one of the things that the players love so much about it. And because there's the individual component and the team component, it really promotes sort of a camaraderie, because you can be playing fiercely against somebody one week and then they're your teammate the next. And so it's 44 players that are all fighting for the common good and getting along, living in the same hotel together. I mean, they're just all one big group.
There is some delicate stuff to be dealt with when you're sliding down that draft order and not getting picked up.
Yep,
we saw
some
that
hurt
last
feelings.
year. Yeah, and I think if you look at the list of players who are back, there are very few from the bottom that are back, as Shayla gives some definite direction to that swing.
Well, and I like it too. Molly McGage told us that they actually have a sports psychologist here this year, which is an addition from last season, to really help, especially on Sundays, because that is really tough. It's a live draft, and you know, yes, you're all living together, but you're also picking against each other, and there are some hurt feelings and some confidence issues and some mental health issues that they're certainly addressing.
No one likes being last.
Nope.
But somebody has to be. There's 44 players, 11 roster spots per team.
Shoot, I don't even like being second. We call that first loser in our family. It's no fun.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Things are getting rough up there in Boise.
Things are a little competitive. The Cox household.
There's a rip from the outside, another beautiful dig. Ooh, and what sweet contact. Just run that back full sound. Vidania de la Cruz putting some steam on it.
It's a good high hand reach too. Got the micro touch.
If you go over to @TheBigBeth on Instagram, you will see Vidania de la Cruz living her best life. It's awesome. That ball is tipped over. Yeah, Edmund. And here's Key again with a special guest who has a rooting interest.
That's a workout right there.
Hi guys, I am courtside with none other than Jordan Love, my best friend, but also Veronica Stone's boyfriend, but I don't know which came first. We met a couple of weeks ago, months ago, when I came to do
a couple months ago,
I came to do an off-season spotlight with you, and you guys took me out for chicken and waffles in Green Bay, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yes, it's awesome to be here. It's exciting.
I was good to see Veronica play again because it's been at least, I don't know, a year since she played?
Yeah, it's been a year. This will be my first time watching her live too, so I'm super excited.
Are you nervous? Are you more nervous or is she more nervous?
I'm sweating a little bit.
She's watching us. I can see her over there out of the corner of her eye. I know
looking.
she's paying attention to the game, obviously, first and foremost. Should we talk a little bit about football? I mean, most people know you as a football player.
Number 12, Lawrence Difford.
Can you imagine as a football player this scoring system? So you're changing teams every week and you get points based on every single thing you do right or wrong. Can you imagine that?
I couldn't, especially in football, you know, building that chemistry and practicing, like especially in my position with receivers, you know, you got to build that up. So switching teams every week, that'd be different. So I don't know if you could do it in football, but it's awesome to see, you know, it's a competitive environment. That's cool.
Yeah. So what you're saying is Athletes Unlimited, women's football 2023.
We need it. We need to make it happen.
You heard it. You guys heard it here first. If it happens, it's because of Jordan. Well, thank you so much for being on the broadcast, and we'll, I'm no doubt, see you around.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All righty. Bye, guys.
Key Michael spent some time with those two, had a great time. They went out to eat, and yes, it was chicken and waffles for Jordan.
Okay.
The meal for Veronica, her favorite, her go-to,
Oh boy, what is it?
the town drunk.
And which is?
It involved eggs and
Is it like the
other
kitchen
things.
sink?
Yeah, kind of,
It's
yes.
everything.
Yes.
And you know this how?
I keep up on Key Michael's content.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And diet.
Well, I mean, when she shows what she eats on air, then that's what we talk about.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, great that everyone's here this year and in stadium to watch these athletes perform in professional women's volleyball in the United States. First time in a long time, going back to the late 90s and going back even further for you, Heather Cox.
Yeah, I played professionally in a league called the NVA, the National Volleyball Association. Back in the day, played for the Sacramento Stars right out of college. And it was, I mean, just like this, an honor to be able to play domestically. And unfortunately, the league didn't last. But hopefully it laid some foundations for success in the future for leagues like Athletes Unlimited.
That ball dug again, another long rally. We've had several here. McClendon, this time a little easier dig. Morgan with the throw. And then a block. Taylor Morgan. Fast laterally. Another player that Key Michael spent some time with in the offseason here.
I love how plugged in you are. You social media stalker, you.
Oh, two little scoops, one-handed. Big swing, and that one's off the block far enough. I love the heat from Madison Valines.
Yeah, she has carried this team. First set had 4 kills, racking them up here in the second set. And the thing I like about her is just how efficient she's been. She hasn't had a ton of swings, but she is making the most with the swings she's getting.
Valines showing right now 6 kills on 14. Oh, another ace for Stivrins. That's 3. That's 36 points, by the way, too. That's how you climb the leaderboard as a middle.
Yeah, aces are huge with those 12 points.
And she hasn't been missing either. Here it comes.
Kiss of death.
Another tough one,
Phew.
this time on McClendon. That one dumped
Love
over
it.
for the point. Oh, tough play. We have Leah Edmond in the chair chat. There's Leah. Leah, can you hear us down there?
I can hear you.
All right,
Hey,
tell us what's going on with this purple team right now.
I think we're thinking a little bit too much.
Okay.
I think we were really calm in practice, and all of a sudden we got a little frantic, and we started doing things outside of what we know, especially trying to get away from the block, and they only have 2 blocks. So we just got to settle down and do our game the best we can.
Yeah, what's the teacher in you say on how to do that?
Relax and slow your mind down, and just trust the people around you to do their job.
What's going through your mind when you come off the court, you've got those 3 rotations to kind of get mentally back into it? What's your focus?
Just bringing energy to the court. That's something I do really well, and so I'm just trying to keep everybody happy and making sure that we're still fighting for every point, even if we might not get the point. But trying to do my job the best I can for the 3 rotations that I'm in.
And we see that tape on your shoulder. How's the shoulder doing, Leah?
It is doing great, y'all. It's just so happy to be able to play volleyball again and feel no pain. So it's really been great, and it's been such a great experience now, getting to play at my full potential and being able to hit all the shots on the court that I can, not just line.
We're excited about having you this season. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Leah.
A little chair chat. Leah Edmond was one of the youngest players in the league last year, now a grizzled vet. That one off the block and down. So 10-6, staying in touch, Team McClendon. Rai Santos there as Noma comes off the floor. Maris Velez Augusto, another one of the Puerto Rican players here. So many players cross-populating, playing in Puerto Rico as Americans, and Puerto Ricans playing in now this professional league. Lickman back row in transition. No, Doug. Vidania, not all offense. There's some defense. Tough swing and another block. Rosenthal next to Drews.
Yeah, Jenna is just racking up the blocks. I think that is her 3rd block on the match. Just patrolling the net left to right. Certainly helps when you're 6'5". I'd take that.
Marquette University star.
Nice job penetrating. You see how far her palms get over the net. Side to side with Drews.
Tough pass. Sambothi just got there. That one rattles through the block. McClendon. And you see the long reach of Deja McClendon.
Yeah, absolutely. And that helps so much. Just that high reach point. If you can reach at the top, you know, have that contact at the top of your reach, you're going to have so much more success. And I love it that McClendon's getting more involved. I thought that Team McClendon relied a little bit too much on Drews in the first set, and now they're spreading it out a little bit more, and it's helping them.
Pass from Bethania and a misconnection. McClendon again, this time defense. Cruz rips it down the line wide. Oh, you hate that as an attacker.
Feels so good, and you're so bummed when you swing wide because there's nothing better than hitting that power line shot.
So one of the benefits of this lineup is the passing. Cassie Lickman and Nomaris Velez Augusto alongside Deja McClendon. You're not giving up much in service reception.
Yeah, those first 2 are going to take, 80% of the court.
They've been struggling just with Stivrins at this point. And that'll be a service line violation.
Yeah, but that's what you want to do. You want to avoid the other 2 and serve McClendon. So Team Gold doing what they wanted to, but just not able to execute their strategy.
Well, Nomaris, good communication before that play, pushing everybody over.
Right, like I'm taking all this space.
Right. Danny Drews, former Utah star. Played for Beth Lanier. McClendon with that kill in transition. Purple has come alive in transition. What's the interesting thing about Danny Drews, having played for Beth Lanier, and sorry Beth, but Nikki Barton, her mom, also played for Beth Lanier. So hi Beth.
You know what? That's awesome. That's longevity. That's success.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that ball hits into the net. We have Taylor Morgan now with a chair, little chair chat. Taylor, your team's really picking up some steam here. Why?
Because we're just communicating. We're just operating on all cylinders. We're playing a little bit more gritty. I feel like that first set we were playing a little bit tentative and a little on our heels, but we're really coming at them strong. And that's just our plan. We're trying to stay calm and cool and force them to make errors. Nice!
That's all good. I love the fan too, staying cool down there. Hey Taylor, you're a member of the Player Executive Committee. How are you using that leadership, especially this being the first match of the season, to really help rally this team together?
I don't know. Just, you know, having a full season under my belt kind of helps, not just being a PEC member, but also playing last year. Just kind of letting everybody know, like, hey, it's going to get real hectic because everybody's now playing for points, which is playing for money. And sorry. But yeah, we're just, you know, it's fun. Like, I don't know how leadership kind of helps. It's just, I'm gritty, I want to win, and I think they feel that. And they just feed off of it. I feed off of theirs. If you haven't seen me slap the ground, I was dropping it low a couple times. I didn't know how my knees were going to pick me back up. But, hey, we're still standing. We love it. Yeah, I don't know if that answered the question.
You bet. Love dropping it low.
What did you learn last year about managing yourself off the court in the whole experience?
You had to learn pretty quick, you know, like if you weren't feeling good, especially since last year we were playing 3 games in a row, you needed to take care of yourself real quick. And you just kind of learned. We had great athletes who were older than me to kind of steer me in the right direction, but they kind of set the example, so it made it easy. I gotta go.
Do it.
Bye.
Get her done. Thank you.
Glasses on. Back in the middle front. Little chair chat time with Taylor Morgan.
A little cool down action too with that fan. I like it. She's prepared.
Just a little shout out to mom and dad, Matt and Jennifer. Hopefully are tuning in, or if they're not in stadium this year. Vidania with the miss, and all of a sudden, look who it is. Team McClendon up 14-13. They dropped that first one 25-13, so in the aggregate, they're still pretty far behind, trailing by 11, 38-27. Miscommunication. Lee Edmond makes him pay. Hope you were enjoying that little check-in with Taylor. And if you noticed, that fan, you could buy that fan. That's AU merch right there.
Does that say moment?
There you go.
I think it does, if I'm reading backwards correctly.
Love the light up.
Cool moment, maybe. I like it.
How is your backwards reading?
Apparently not that great.
Roll shot. Oh, it's Jenna Rosenthal getting in there. Middle's playing defense. Backslide, gone.
So good. We have seen Lauren Stivrins do it all. We've seen the aces, we've seen the blocks, we've seen the kills. We even saw her get a kill by setting. I mean, she has impacted every area of the court for Team De La Cruz.
Fun for Val Nickel to get to play with these middles who run that backslide. Volunteer assistant coach at Purdue back in 2020, now coaching at Coastal Carolina as of last month, Val. And we like to see her stay healthy this whole season. Good pass. And swing.
It's a pretty set.
One motion, one contact, that's all good. Deja McClendon pops it over. And Stivrins this time in front of the setter.
And really, Stivrins just toying with Team McClendon right now. I mean, just moving around so much. 5 kills on the night, but doing it in so many different ways. We've seen the power Here we see the tip. This time just pushes it through the block, sees the hands, and tools right off the block of Leah Edmond.
Lauren Stivrins, first middle chosen in the draft, and you get a feel for why already, doing it at both sides of the net. And from the service line,
Yeah,
three
aces.
aces. Yeah,
That'll rack up some leaderboard points.
it is the most impactful middle performance in a single set that I can remember in Athletes Unlimited. Beautiful read. That ball is off the block.
Point, Team McClendon.
And Team McClendon picks up the point. All right, both teams close. Valley Sports. Athletes Unlimited. 16-15 set 2. The aspiration difference is a big part of Athletes Unlimited this year. It's aspiration for aces. Every ace during this year's Athletes Unlimited volleyball season, aspiration will plant 10 trees. Stay tuned throughout the season to see how many trees will be planted thanks to aspiration's support. We've already planted 40 on behalf of Team Dela Cruz, 30 of them go to taking CO2 out of the atmosphere for you, courtesy of Lauren Stivrins. So you're welcome.
Thank you, Lauren.
Breathe easier. And Team Dela Cruz up 11 in the overall, but trailing by 1 here in the second set. Kevin Barnett alongside professional player one time, Heather Cox.
At one time.
And Key Michael, who was a professional player as early as last year. She is roaming all over the floor. Maddie Valines, formerly Madison Rigdon in her star days at Kansas, if you remember her. She's been heating it up out of the back row in particular, just blasting some balls. On the other side, Team Perpwalk, they've been picking up the pace.
So important in this set for them to not only, obviously they want to win the set, but they need to get points. I mean, even if they don't come away with the set, they've got to keep it a whole lot closer than they did in the first set. 13 first set points is just not going to get it done, not going to get anybody where they want to be on the leaderboard.
Get in the action if you want to tweet at us at, you can hashtag AUVB.
Well, Husker love there.
You can go at AU Pro Sports. Get social. You can hashtag Be Unlimited. Oh, that's a rip from Dela Cruz. Stivrins in front, did not get over the top of it.
And she's human. She has been nearly perfect. That was her first attack error on the night. She's been so efficient in the middle of the court.
And Bedanya telling her what's said. There you go. A player has been doing it for close to 2 decades internationally, telling somebody just out of college, hey, listen, right now, here's how it's got to be. Betty takes control of her team.
That's what you need to do.
Oh, yeah. Nice dig underneath. Stab with the right hand. Nomo with the set, and Danny Drews with the kill.
Danny Drew showing why she was chosen #1 in Sunday's draft. Just a reminder, about a week ago she was playing in Poland. Decided to make the choice to come here for safety reasons. Joined the team the night before the first scrimmage, had her physical. Came in for serve and pass on Saturday morning. First time she'd met any of these teammates. Drafted #1 on Sunday. I'd say she made an impact in a hurry.
Definitely. Cassie Lickman just planted 10 trees.
She's a giver.
Noma, another dig. McClendon in transition. She's been good. Not this time. How about Drews? That dig from Lishman. And the put away is wide. Got to get Stivrins back into that backslide, I think. As we look at our Geico leaderboard, continues to be all players from the previous match due to those team wins. So as we slide up, you'll start to see some infiltration from the others. There's Stivrins at 118 leading so far in this one. Team McClendon +4 trying to cut into that big lead from set 1. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on Bally Sports, featuring a one-of-a-kind scoring. Individual points are earned. Kill +8. Good pass +2, and assist will get you +1. All of your individual points get added to your team points as well as MVP points to produce your standings on the leaderboard. An ace +12 and 10 trees.
And 10 trees, exactly.
You get a dig, it's +5. Danny Liz Rosado with that dig last year. And how about a big stuff block? That'll be +12. Now, not only do you get +12 for an ace, you also issue a -12 to the passer for getting aced. Also, if you're setting and you set the ball and no one hits it, it is -12. We saw 2 of those in the first match.
Yeah, I love the bonus. I mean, just how much you're rewarded for an ace and a block. And look at that, -12 points if you shank it. You don't want to be in the shank tank here.
No, but Dania de la Cruz plays an interesting game with the setting, or pardon me, with the serving. Serves very aggressively with that jump serve. Nets a lot of aces, but also a fair amount of errors. There's another nice dig in the middle back. Lickman. Drew snipes it over.
Better to be lucky than good. I love it, Drews. Living the good, clean life. Love the roll off the tape. That'll get a smile off you.
I'm going to go with Danny being both.
Absolutely.
Lucky and good.
For sure. Trust me.
Another tough serve. The line's inside the block.
Now watch out. Stivrins back at the service line for Team De La Cruz. 3 aces already in her back pocket.
And back-to-back to end the first set. Oh. Just long. And a sigh of relief for Team McClendon.
Yeah, and right now Team McClendon needs to take advantage of it and just charge. I mean, get some momentum. You can do that with a great serve. You can do that with a great block. If you don't get either one of those, try a little transition D.
While the score is 22-17, Team McClendon here into the second set. The overall continues to belong to Team De La Cruz. 42-35, make it 42-36 with that error. Remember, you're looking for that overall 100 points available for the win. If you take both the set and the overall, you get 60 for that overall. 40 for each set. Overhead Drews with a tip. Yes, it's good.
So smart. She's been hitting a hammer with a heavy shoulder this entire match. Decides at the last second to pull her hand up, a little Statue of Liberty, and gets the tip. Watch this. She looks like she's going full power, and then boom, at the last second, opens her hand up for the tip, catches the defense on their heels.
Set point for 40 team points. Dig down the line. Is it good enough? Yes, keeps it alive. What a run by Drews. Put away by the lines. Second set point in the offense. Castro can serve some BBs. She's at the line now for Team De La Cruz. The lead is 6 in the overall.
Foot fault.
Again, 2 foot faults. That is twice in this set, and that will end it. 43-38 is our overall score by virtue of the 25-18 victory. But we will have a challenge before this is all confirmed.
Boy, I saw a foot fault from a mile away. I mean, I'm on the other side of the court, if that's what they're challenging, and it was clear as day. Not the way you want to end a set.
Yeah, that's the only thing to challenge. And as I mentioned, that would be twice in this set. I've never understood the foot fault unless you give yourself a bad toss. There are some players internationally who foot fault over and over again. Back up.
And I get it in some courts, like if you're, say, playing club volleyball in this tiny little court, there's no room. But here you've got loads of room, and that is a,
that is close.
I think she got, if you keep rolling the tape, I think it, yeah.
Foot is on the line. Play will stand. Yeah, if you're a foot further back, you don't get fewer aces. But if you're a tiny little fraction over like that, it's a foot fault every time.
Yeah, coach's
Not worth the
nightmare.
cost. A good response from Team McClendon in the second set. Team Dela Cruz maintains a 5-point advantage in the all-important 100-point third set. Stay with us on Valley Sports. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball, Team McClendon and Team Dela Cruz split the first 2 sets, but a 5-point advantage is being maintained by Team Dela Cruz in the overall as we head to our third set. Before we get there, let's check out the Geico defensive play of the match. It's again at the net.
Absolutely. When you get a block like this, you deserve to be the Geico defensive play of the match. Jenna Rosenthal with 2 huge blocks. Her team was 7, and that was the difference, I think, in the second set. Much better defense by Team McClendon, thanks to Jenna Rosenthal.
All right, at the end of the season, we are going to be awarding the Geico Defensive Player of the Year. This Athletes Unlimited award will come with an added $5,000 bonus for the winner. Jenna Rosenthal, you're in the running. Last year it was her libero. It was Nomaris Velez Augusto. Let's go back down to Key.
Hello, I'm here with Cassie Lickman's parents, Grant and Julie. And you told me in the timeout not to talk about avocados, so the first thing I'm going to ask you about is avocados.
Well, last year, the announcer spent all the time talking about Cass that she grew up on an avocado farm. It's just not true. When we built our house, there were a number of avocado trees, and we do have about 30 trees that produce avocados, and we were very happy to bring avocados last year. We brought them again this year for you guys, but Cass did not grow up on an avocado farm.
I'm going to be stealing one of those avocados.
We have at least one with your name on it.
Yes. But speaking of volleyball and Cassidy playing volleyball again, how cool is it to just see her back out on the court?
You know, it's just great to be here. Of course, we couldn't be here last year because of the COVID, and just to see her out here, but to see all these women out here is just so fabulous. What a great organization, empowering these athletes and empowering the women. You know, that's why Cass is really part of this. The volleyball, I think, to her is secondary. It's a lot of fun to play with superstars like Betty and Shayla, but the really important thing is how this league is empowering athletes and they're empowering women. And you know, Cass is so proud to be named to the board of Athletes Unlimited, so she can help move this thing forward, which is really cool.
And I would say that Cassidy is, for a lot of people, kind of like an idol. Not only as a volleyball player, but as a person. She does so many things, and she's so good at it, and also just such a nice person as well. So thank you guys for that.
Well, clearly she got a lot of Julie.
Well, I'm so glad that you guys could be here and to see her and to just be part of the whole thing.
We're so happy to be here. We'll be back again on the final weekend as well, and it's great that there's a lot of young players here so that we can see that the momentum to keep this going year after year is really there.
We need those young people to filter in so that oldies like myself and Cass can eventually retire.
Cass is now an old lady. Carly Lloyd, who she played with, grew up, playing with in age group volleyball. They were friends growing up, and now they're the old ladies. It's crazy.
I know, the grandmas, oldies but goldies. All right, well, thank you so much for being on the broadcast.
Pleasure, thanks.
Back to you guys.
Okay.
All right, Grant and Julie Lickman. Julie, first volleyball coach for Cassidy, volleyball coach herself. And I wonder, how many trees does make a farm? Grant, you got to let me know.
Well, and I've got to say it. I mean, the avocado doesn't fall far from the tree with that family. That he is just as eloquent and well-spoken as his daughter is, and you see that the leadership gene is strong. And where's the guacamole?
Exactly. They are excellent. Ace service. Team McClendon opens up 2-0 here in the second set. All right, we're getting late word from Grant and Key down there that a 30-tree stand is considered a grove.
Nice.
Not a farm, but we know that you get 10 trees for an ace, so we know that Lauren Stivrins has planted a grove of trees.
Nice.
Nice save there. Beth keeps it alive, goes high. Everyone can reset. Tip picked up by Castro. Betania. Blocked into the deep corner. It continues to be a purple show.
Geico moment. Racking up the blocks. 3 solo stuff blocks now for Jenna Rosenthal. Watch her key and watch her eyes. It goes straight to the hitter's shoulder. Great job locking in.
Well, the engineering major at Marquette definitely calculating the angle properly. And another ace serve. It is a 4-0 open. Do you call a timeout?
Oh, I'm giving it one more.
Okay. For every ace
One
during this
more.
year's Athletes Unlimited volleyball season, Aspiration is planting 10 trees. That's what you've heard us talking about. Stay tuned throughout the year to see how many trees will be planted thanks to Aspiration's support. We're going to put some oxygen back in the atmosphere over the next 5 weeks from here in Dallas. And we're going to see if they can get some oxygen on the sideline for Team De La Cruz. They're one away from giving up the overall.
Sigue, dale! Let's go. Here we go, babies, here we go. Let's go. Go! Woo! Let's go! Wait. Down! Same. Gap behind over top. Gap behind over top. More, más, pressure, más, more. Keep it on, more.
That was your into the action with guaranteed rate. Taylor Sambothy. High energy is what you get with Sambothy. And just so everyone's aware, the option to be the best friend of Taylor Sambothy is open for this year because we don't have Willow Johnson. So if you want to step in.
She's taking applications?
Yeah.
Yep.
She's a cool hang. That tip is good. Oh, and a little bounce facial for Leah Edmond.
Insult to injury.
But you'll take the 4-1 open. First
Yeah,
point
the
of this third
timeout
set.
certainly helped for Team De La Cruz, just kind of getting their mojo back a little bit. Smart tip with that double block, especially with the blocks that Rosenthal's been getting. You're just a little bit apprehensive to swing away cross court when you've got that 6'5" block.
Bad pass. Noma will put it over right to Bethania. Betty blocked. Rosenthal up there with Edmond on the right.
And that is why she tipped on the previous play. Too good is Rosenthal, especially watch Rosenthal's left hand drop in, getting that cross-court shot. And a little service for Lauren Stivrins, too, in the cover, getting a facial right there.
More tough serving on the purple side. Drews, good gather, and a net violation creates the kill. 6-1.
Boy, what a turnaround for Team McClendon after such a slow start. 25-13 loss in the first set. And now just rolling. I think the biggest difference, Kevin, is they're hitting so much smarter. They were hitting in the low 200s early in this match. Now they're up into the mid 300s, and that's all the difference.
Drews block there, going the other way. Stivrins delivers the block. But I think you mentioned it earlier. The question was, how quickly would people settle in? There's a lot of new talent on the purple side on Team
Absolutely.
McClendon, and how it's their it's opening night. They've never been in AU. They're in the United States. It's been a while since a lot of them played in front of a live crowd. There's a lot going on.
So much going on, so much pressure. I mean, this is a moment and a stage that they've been waiting for so long. And I think if you're Team McClendon, you really need to rely on your captain, Deja, and players like Cassidy Lickman, who are veterans, who are leaders, that can help settle things when things are a little iffy and a little frantic, as Taylor Morgan said earlier in the match.
Now the reception a little iffy there. Managed to save it, but Sheila Castro puts it away. We are at Fair Park Coliseum, and fans, come join us. Watch the action in person this year. Tickets are still available. We have 3-game and 5-game flex plans. Go get your tickets today, auprosports.com/tickets. We'll be here Wednesday, Friday, Saturday for the first 4 weeks, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the final weekend. You want to be here, you want to see it in person, meet some of the athletes. There's courtside seats available, so many good options to come and be a part of this league in year 2.
And if you're a player, you want to come and watch this amazing talent. I mean, the level of play here is second to none. And, you know, it's so fun. I talked to a bunch of college players preparing to come and work in this league, and it was really amazing to me to hear so many college players say, this is my new dream. Thanks to Athletes Unlimited, my dream is to play domestically for this league. I no longer have to aspire to going overseas to play. And so a lot of college players are watching this thinking, you know, this could be me.
And in some cases it is from last year to this year. Jenna Rosenthal, one of the ads. She gets the kill there out of the middle. An avid baker is Jenna Rosenthal.
I'd like to try some of her treats.
Yeah, I mean, let's get an oven. Let's get a bake-off going. There's a number of women with that talent here. The first AU bake-off. That would be a fun off-day activity.
I'd be a judge.
Heather Cox is in. All right, keep watching that overall score here in the third. We have two things at issue. One is the 40 points for the set. You see that down at the bottom. We've split the first two. We also have 60 points for the overall. Right now, that's Team De La Cruz by 3. That is how you gain a match victory.
This is a good point scoring rotation for Team De La Cruz.
McClendon, tough swing, way inside, has to tip. Oh, Sambothe, just slap it.
No, paintbrush.
That was just a little swat.
She comes in, the set's a little bit out. She's got to reach for it, but it works. The key is if you can keep that ball in front of you so you can see the court, you can find that opening.
And that kept Stivrins at the line. Good defense there from the middle, outside the lines. Cruz loves that cross court. High over Betania. Deja, captain. Yes, good. Let's go down to Key Michaels. She has Olympic gold medalist and gold medal winning coach, Karch Karai.
Alrighty, I am here sideline with Karch, and I feel like we're getting used to just chatting to each other. This is the second time I've pulled you over here. But you know what? You're one of the most famous faces in volleyball, so if you're here, we must be doing something right.
Well, they're doing something right out there, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
I knew you would say something like that. I remember interviewing you for a documentary about the national team, and you gave all of the credit to the players. So for someone like you who thinks player-centrically, this kind of league is important to you, right? Player-led.
It sure is. I had the best seat in the house in Tokyo as they got after it, and now I've got a great seat here, and love. It's so different. Players are just raving about their experience here.
Really? That's great to hear.
Both from last year, you were a competitor, and this year, just in terms of how well taken care of the athletes are. It's wonderful.
And so you said you know a few of the players. They played with you for the national team, for the Olympics, but also in the Pan Am Cup.
Exactly.
So who are you watching out for here today?
Oh, everyone, but it sure was fun to get to see Morgan Hentz get after it in the first match. It's been a long time since she's gotten to compete. Super happy for her, maybe because of that wait. You know, somebody like other people just didn't have to wait that long since like last spring to play a match, so it's wonderful.
Yeah, and the level is up to par, I hope.
Seems like it. I know last year it took some people to get into the rhythm and maybe a little of fitness, and I'm guessing there's going to be a component of that. So the level went up as it went along. Pretty good for night number one, and I'm expecting it to go up this season too.
It's almost like a tournament because it's such a short season. You kind of have to do all your preseason work before you get here. You have to be ready to go when you get here, but then the switching of the setters and the teams and everything is sort of a lot of work once you get here.
And I think there was a real fatigue factor last year when you got to the third straight match on the third straight day. So this this year, I think they're smart to build in the day break.
100%.
I think people are thinking there might be a lot of practice that day, but I'm also thinking now there are going to be some people resting after this. So it's going to be more rested, but probably less practice and connection getting going than people might have thought going in.
We did a little bit of yoga on our days off
There we go.
So before I let you go, do you have a pick for the winner for this year? Because it's open-ended, anyone could do it.
I don't, but we have a fantasy league going with our whole staff, and some of the USA players have joined in, and so we're excited to see who can turn out. Last year, Catherine Plummer, champion, so she's got her kitty cat team going again.
Okay,
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you, Captain Blunder. I know she's over in Italy playing now. Does she have a Champions League match coming up?
Tomorrow, a big one.
I think she does. I think
Yeah.
I'm commenting on that one. So good luck, Conegliano and Monza. Back to you guys in the studio.
Catherine Plummer's Kitty Cats.
I like it.
Yeah.
How about that they have a fantasy league? I love it.
They put together their own
Of course,
scoring.
Karch has a fantasy league.
Yeah, they put together their own scoring last year, and now they have a championship. I love it. You can't get Karch to predict the champion here, but we can get him to have his own championship.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Did Catherine Plummer Karch? Did she do any karching? Hashtag karching?
Kevin has a question for you. Did she do any karching? Hashtag karching? What does that mean? Do you know what that means?
When he won the 2014 World Championships.
2014 World Championships. He did a.
Oh, and so he's asking when Catherine Plummer won. You know, she won it at long distance, so we didn't get to see because she's busy right now in Italy. Last year she was busy in Tokyo as champion. Oh, sorry, I don't know if it was Tokyo, but it was in Japan.
Very good.
To be determined for this year.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you. Always good to see Karch. I mean, really, for anybody that's a volleyball fan, he is the Michael Jordan of volleyball. So anytime Karch is in the house, you know it's big.
Two-time indoor gold medalist in '96, the inaugural beach volleyball participation in the Olympic Games, and now a gold medal winning coach, getting the first ever gold medal for USA women's national team. They had lost 3 straight finals in their finals appearances. So look at the Geico leaderboard updated now. And there is another dig. That's going to add to the total of Natalia Valentin Anderson, who is climbing that leaderboard right now. And Jenna Rosenthal in there at 116 as well.
Yeah, Natalia leads Team McClendon. Oh, and look at that. Edmund just real time going over De La Cruz with that 3 points.
Every action can have a positive or negative effect on your score. (13-11). Team McClendon with the lead, and that backline kill from Stivrins, who's back on the slide again. Remember, they need a 5-point or more victory here in the third. Team McClendon. They came in trailing 43-38. They currently trail 51-55 in the overall. Still hoping for the golden set.
Fingers crossed. Karch is really hoping for the golden set.
Cruz, so comfortable there on the left. That's where she spends the majority of her time, not the opposite where she's playing.
And as a lefty, you know, love it that she has the patience to wait for that ball to cross her body and get to that left side of her body, that left shoulder, so that she can swing down the line.
Tip, Noma under it. Stivrins all over it.
Goodbye.
Where's that defensive player of the match? Can we boot that back? Can we bring it back?
Just racking up the blocks.
This is 2 nice defensive plays.
Yeah, great transition thanks to the Noma dig, but then just a complete shutdown thanks to Stivrins in the middle.
Vidania jump serve. Ripper dug by Nickel. Oh, we don't have points for a dump there. It would have been the hat trick. Stivrins, yes.
Just patrolling the middle of the court, doing it all. She's blocking, then she's running the slide, then she's running the one, then she's dumping like she's a front court setter. I love it. Look at the reaction.
That would have been aces, blocks, kills, and a dump. Like a middle dream.
Just racking up points.
Tom Hoff dreamt about that one time. I don't think he got the dump kill either.
Didn't get it.
Yeah, I think Noma got a little shot there during that rally. Trying to shake that off. We're tied at 14. And we have a challenge ongoing. Captain's challenge from Team McClendon.
Get 2%.
2% per team, and you can't keep them, so you can burn them. I guess we look for a net violation somewhere in that rally, and that's been a topic of discussion as to how to treat the net violations or questionable plays inside of long rallies, because internationally there was a lot of trouble figuring out which part of the rally you were challenging
Boy,
to
was
the
there.
referees. And then you throw in a language barrier between everybody.
Yep, and you're going back to the middle of the rally. Now let's watch here the block by Team De La Cruz.
That was the ball.
Looks like the ball to me.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, no net. I think that's clean.
The solution became internationally they would hit the button mid-rally, and you sort of had to risk it all and take what was behind curtain number 3, no matter what that was.
Which doesn't give you any time to get any assistance from your assistants to decide, okay, should I use this challenge? The coach has to just jump up and press that button.
Right, so sometimes you got a pair of goats, and sometimes you got a new car, depending upon what happens.
Which door you pick. I think that's clean. Doesn't get it on the way down either. Good body control.
All right, play will stand as is. It'll be a kill for Stivrins, and an excellent look at the chicken wing of Jenna Rosenthal a couple of times there.
Always love a good chicken wing.
We're going to talk about that in about 35 minutes here. Here we go. 14-14, Joe Trinzi, take your unhappiness back to the bench. So here we go. Team De La Cruz, it keeps Bethania at the line. Can she come up with an ace here? Haven't seen her really get a hold of one in the last few. Yeah, she's just keeping it in, putting it on a spot. Nichols got enough of it. Bethania keeps it alive. Drews through the block and down.
So explosive, just straight through that seam.
That is the key cam down there, live, right behind the Team McClendon bench.
She's just doing it all.
I know it's her because I see the flag. She's like a go-kart.
Exactly. Isn't there a Dr. Seuss book where they all have those?
Are you talking about the Sneetches or
The
something?
Starlight Sneetches? No, I think there's another one. I'm
Okay.
not sure.
Oh, Taylor Morgan. The frozen wall of Minnesota. 16-14.
Feels so good when you get such perfect timing. You're in rhythm. You're able to just use your maximum jump straight into the forearms, turning it back into the court. That is a blocking clinic.
Rosenthal, tough serve. And that kill goes. Credit Hannah Lishman for the pickup there. Originally out of Kailua, Hawaii. Just out of Pepperdine in 2020.
Not a good sign for Team McClendon right now. Team De La Cruz rotates into what I think has been their strongest point-scoring rotation with Stivrins at the service line. Got Castro at right front.
Little inside shot. Morgan. All of a sudden, Taylor Morgan alive in the middle. Block and now some offense. There's a look at Key Michael, hiding behind the bench.
It's a good look.
Leah doesn't even know she's there. Oh, under the ball that time. There's Deja stretching out. And that one, I think just landed. Hate that when you hit it with your wrist.
I know, a little bit of a wall ball. That's the worst feeling.
All right, here's our overhead look. What are we looking for here?
This is great. When you get a good pass, you can see all the crossing patterns of a sophisticated offense. So hope for a good pass here, and you can see all the movement. There we go. We got the slide running, and then the back row attack.
One-on-one in the middle, and that shouldn't have been. Nova runs it down. Left side, picked up. Bethania sets it. Right on the back line. Oh, make her an outside hitter. No more middle for Sambothi.
She can do it all.
Taylor says, I'll take the oppo, thank you.
Look at this, 5-point differential in total points. Neck and neck in the third set. I mean, this is when this scoring system gets so exciting. I love it. I mean, talk about points in crunch time.
Back slide. Sambothi is blocked, and it is just wide. Cue fire from 41.
There's a reason we've got her mic'd. All sorts of fire.
I don't have to ask what her favorite emoji is. She is just 3 straight fire emojis instead of her name. You know, oh, he's talking about Sambothe. Castro, remember all those foot faults. This time short. Got there. Betania just laying that platform out there, and Shayla with the kill. I am impressed with Betania de la Cruz in the middle back every time I see it.
Yeah, I am too. Absolutely. Beautiful ball control.
Reminds me of John Hyden in the way that her platform is out and away from her body all the time.
Oh, that's a good call.
That she looks very calm in making that play. John has that same similar feel. Team McClendon calls a timeout. They are trailing by 2, still looking for this set and the potential overall. They're down 62-55. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on Valley Sports is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Tonight's match is presented by Guaranteed Rate. Beautiful little pan of downtown Dallas as fans, we give you the opportunity to join the Unlimited Club. It'll enable you to stay connected with the Athletes Unlimited brand all year long with 4 membership levels to choose from, starting at free. There's something for everyone. Join now as part of the early bird special. You get 20% off all the AU online merchandise with any paid tier membership. You can get the shirt that Key Michael is wearing tonight. Sign up by downloading the Athletes Unlimited app, available in the Google Play and Apple App Stores, or go to auprosports.com for more information. And once you have those apps, you can also participate in our points gathering by watching the draft or watching matches or coming here in stadium. Let's look at the Geico leaderboard, the ever-evolving leaderboard.
Valentine Anderson, the only one in the top 10 on the court right now, and it is crunch time for Team McClendon.
I like the attitude there from Betania de la Cruz's team, blowing it up out of the timeout. Here they come.
7-point differential in the aggregate score. I mean, McClendon has to go on a run and be nearly perfect to pull off the upset here.
Right, it would have to be a 5-point victory, 25-20. I think
not much room for error.
Our golden set may have to wait again. We'll see. Shayla Castro put that left foot down really early last time, hit a good laser. She has 3 service faults, foot faults in this match, inexplicably.
Truly, with the level of her experience, it's really mind-boggling. Almost got one there.
Yeah, close again. Drew's out of the middle
chicken
back.
wing.
Dug up Lishman.
Nice.
And a backslide block. Blinds and Sambothe.
To put the absolute clamp on the slide. Great job reading the setter and watching the hitter and knowing your assignments, knowing if the setter's front or back row.
That was Valines with the right hand. Lickman fights it off. McClendon waffles another one long.
Oh, and she wants a challenge. She's asking for a touch.
Well, she's the captain. She can do it. Captain's challenge in effect.
And you've got to have confidence in it. When you're actually the one that hit it and you either felt the touch, saw the touch, heard the touch.
Talked about this internationally. You have to have your coach's trust too, because people have been trying to sell some used cars like a 79 Gremlin or something. That looks like a touch right there.
Yeah, the thing to watch is the fingers. See if there's finger movement from the blocker's hands. It looks to me like Val Nickel may have gotten a piece of it. Watch the left hand of Val Nickel. Right there. No.
Oh, there's a shadow, huh? I see a shadow.
Yep. Be off of Val Nickel's left hand.
It's a good look at it here.
I don't see one.
All right, Heather Cox says no. And that is confirmed. Heather Cox scores 12 points for her successful read of the challenge. And she is now defeating Kevin Barnett and Key Michael in the overall Geico leaderboard. It's a new one. We added it on. And the run continues here now, 21-17.
You know, the other thing that's sort of veteran savvy by McClendon, you kind of use that as a timeout too for your team to try to just kind of ice the server, get Castro to foot fault.
I think McClendon saved Shayla Castro on that serve. That was going long. See if they can negate it here.
Oh, what a cover!
How did that come up?
Oh.
And then a whiff on the backslide. That was a planetary ball.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a cover like we just saw from Taylor Morgan. That was insane.
Yeah, where did that even come from is my question.
I mean, does it come off of her foot? Watch this. Oh, that's the end play. That's the reward for having such a great cover.
Yeah, that's all bad for Sambothi there. Landed on the ref stand, as well as missing the ball there. A short backslide is a tough situation for a middle blocker.
Now serving for Team McClendon, the captain, number 18, Deja McClendon.
21-18, Team McClendon trailing, but serving. Chance to make a run. Noma with the dig. Edmond from way outside. Through the block and down. 21-19.
Edmond did a great job there. I don't know if you noticed, she looked quickly down to see the defense right before she took that swing to find that open spot on the court. Here's the play from before, the great cover. Got a little dig from McClendon.
Yeah, McClendon off the elbow in the middle of that rally. And now McClendon to the line again. The overall is gone at this point. That's a touch on Cruz. Sambothi with the backslide. They needed a 5-point victory to force a golden set. They cannot get that now. Biggest margin they could have is +3. So the overall is gone, but this set still remains in question.
Yeah, right now that's absolutely what you're playing for with Team McClendon, and it all starts with the serve receive. Got like a libero roam in the middle of the court.
Edmond off the block and right on the line. Things kind of going sideways for McClendon. Everything going right for De La Cruz.
Yeah,
23-19.
Kevin, that's where you need your teammates. Somebody's got to help you out and let you know to play that ball.
So this is a 9-3 run. 9-3 run for De La Cruz from trailing mid-set. That one off and found Nickel out of bounds.
It's a nice big swing by Leah Edmond to keep her team in this, get the ball back, get the serve. Right now you have to play pretty much error-free volleyball. Serve's got to be tough, but it's got to be in.
There you go. Outside, Betty. Outside on the other side, Edmond with the kill.
Edmond coming up big, back-to-back.
Not out of this set by any means, the women in purple. Set 3 action, still 40 points to be decided in this one. That's going to sail long. Good call from Lishman. 24-21. Set point for Team De La Cruz. They're looking for a ton of points. That would equal the output for Team Low in team points for match number 1. And it's done with an ace. The Middles providing service tonight inside Fair Park Coliseum. Taylor Sambothi with the winner. Final score 68-59 De La Cruz.
Impressive serving from the middles, both Stivrins and Sambothi. Getting those trees planted. Such a high toss. Gets that trajectory, that float, that ball's just moving and just gets Deja confused, and Team McClendon with the loss. Amazing. You know, I loved watching De La Cruz play together. They seemed like, you know, it's the first night, but they seem like they've been playing together. I like the chemistry. I like the communication. I think that was key for them.
Team De La Cruz with the overall victory. They'll get a team photo for their win, 68-59, 25-21 in the third. We'll put a bow on it for you next. Lauren Stivrins, rookie, middle blocker in Athletes Unlimited Volleyball, played like anything but a rookie.
And you can see how much the middle just patrols and what a huge impact they can have. First the 1, then the 31, then the huge block, and then Lauren getting it done from the service line as well. 3 aces on the night, just showing value in every single rotation on the floor.
Back-to-back aces to close that first set. 8 kills, hits 500, 4 blocks to go with those 3 aces. An incredible evening.
And you see her attacking from side to side, almost pin to pin, which is so unusual for a middle, and that's just how valuable her impact was on the court.
Well, what's valuable are the points, 140 of them for the overall and the 2 set victories for Team De La Cruz. And we now have, sitting in the chair, a little chair chat here with Lauren Stivrins. And Lauren, congratulations on the evening. How can you describe the experience of joining AU and coming out here for your first match?
It was so much fun. We've been looking forward to this for so long. This has felt like the longest week ever. The anticipation has just been building this entire time, and we're so excited to get out here and finally compete for real. And it was everything that I could have wanted and more. Like, I have the most talented team, no bias. But yeah, and from like pretty much all over. None of these girls I've ever played with before, so it's new and it's exciting, and yeah, it was my first like pro game, so all good things.
I know, Lauren, crazy to think with the numbers that you put up tonight that you are a rookie. You were playing at Nebraska, a college player turned pro. What's the biggest difference? I know you've only got 1 match under your belt, but the biggest difference that you see between the college game and the pro game?
It's just a lot faster, and every single hitter is so talented. They have every shot, whereas like I feel like in college the players are a lot more patterned, but here it's like everyone is good at everything. They've been playing for so long, they know what works, they know what like doesn't, so it can be frustrating at times, but luckily I have a great team to like help me out and give me feedback, and communication is definitely a strong suit for us, and I really appreciate that, and I think that's what ultimately led us to this victory.
Any truth to the rumor that you have a 7th and 8th year remaining at Nebraska?
God, I hope not. I am good. I am happy as can be here, so I freaking hope not.
Lauren, what did you learn about yourself and about your team that can help you throughout the rest of this week of play?
I think that we need to just take it point by point. I think in the second set we got a little bit complacent as we came out so strong in the first set. Knew we kind of had a little bit of a cushion, but truly every single point matters, and it's not how many sets you win, it's how many points you win. And so it really came down to those last few points, and we need to take care of business every single time and not wait for the next one, worry about this one type thing.
At one point you missed a play and you turned around and Betania had something to say to you. Do you recall what that was?
Yeah, she said, "You're okay. You're okay. Forget about it. You're okay. Next ball. About set you next ball. Next ball." And I was like, yes, exactly.
That's your captain for you. What kind of leadership, when you got drafted, what was your reaction that you were going to get to play for her coming in as a rookie, and what did you get from her that helped you have this great performance tonight?
Yeah, I felt so honored. I had heard from Kelly Hunter that Betty was one of her favorite players to play with, and she's just so emotionally consistent and obviously physically consistent too. She's a great player, and so to be one of her first few picks, that was like a huge honor for me, and it's been awesome playing with her. She really does put me at ease, and everyone around her. She really does have this like calming presence. It's like she's so confident in the way that she plays, and even us, that it makes you feel a lot more at ease and confident in what you can do. It's really cool to have, and I really enjoyed playing with her.
Your pro career is off to a great start. Congratulations, and we'll see you on Friday.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Lauren Stivrins and her team gets the victory. We'll be back Friday at 7 Eastern. Won't you tune in for Team Cruz and Team McClendon?